Okay, thank you. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Wagan. I work for the town of Yarmouth and the Department of Community Development, and I have the honor of administering our Community Development Block Grant Program. So today is our public hearing on that program. So I'm going to officially open up the public hearing at 3:10. Today is February 25th, 2025. We're here at Yarmouth Town Hall in the main hearing room. Welcome to the Community Development Block Grant Program public hearing. The purpose of this hearing is to obtain your comments and views regarding the Town of Yarmouth Community Development Block Grant Program. Your comments will be used to draft our 5-year consolidated plan and 1-year action plan. So every 5 years, we have to do a 5-year consolidated plan for the next program years. And those run from July 1st, 2025, this year, to June 30th, 2030. So it's amazing, we're already talking about 2030. The 1-year action plan is just the next fiscal year, which is July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026. The expected allocation for our Community Development Block Grant entitlement, it's an entitlement from the federal government, from US HUD, is $128,000 a year. Now, on the scale of grants, Yarmouth is the 10th, one of the 10th smallest entitlement communities in the country, okay? So there's only 10 other municipalities that get about $128,000 a year. But we use that strategically for affordable housing, public services like Meals on Wheels and septic pumping and childcare, so that we can serve our residents better and make their quality of life better. We also use it, it's a very strict program with respect to funding requirements, reporting requirements. Sometimes people are like, oh, is it really worth the money? Well, it actually teaches us how to set up these programs, and we can spin off these programs. Once we know how to do them, we can spin them off with local or state money and know that we're running it correctly. If you can run a CDBG program funded by US HUD, you can run anything. So anyways, okay, so let's go to the next slide. Oh, good. So those are the dates. Those are the dates. Okay, so why is the CDBG program important to Yarmouth? It benefits low and moderate income persons within the community. It can be used to prevent or eliminate the occurrence of slum and blight. It addresses an urgent need in the community which poses a serious or immediate threat to health or welfare. So that's like if the COVID comes, that again, that we can use it for that. If there was a natural disaster, heaven forbid, in the town and there was a tree hanging over town hall, we could use the CDBG money to take down that tree, that kind of stuff. In town, in Yarmouth, we prioritize CDBG funds that are used to create a suitable living environment, provide decent, affordable housing, and create economic opportunities. So what have we used it in the past? So since 2010, we've received $1.8 million, an average of $124,000 entitlement a year. And we've used it for Meals on Wheels, school-based food security programs, childcare vouchers, septic pumping. We've done mostly affordable housing, septic repairs, acquisition, home repair, and rental unit repair. We also created 2 affordable accessory apartments. We did some spot blight removal and public facility improvements. And so this is the blight. This is the two sites that we used. One was pre-2010. On that last page, it said that we only did one, but one of them was pre-2010. These were both on Route 28. So that was very nice. The third one, we did a third one that was Chez Lenore. That was on Route 28 too. So you can see where our building stock is aging out, so sometimes we need to just knock things down. We've also used it for Meals on Wheels in partnership with Elder Services, the Yarmouth Food Pantry. We've sporadically responded to their requests for funding, and also we had a septic repair and pumping program. The septic repair program was one of the biggest programs we've ever had. And it was just the timing with our housing stock that septic systems were failing, and we were able to jump in and help with that. You'll hear later that we're going to try to convert that program to sewer hookups, right? In out years, we'll get to that in a little bit. These are affordable units that were created with the funds. The top left is a multifamily complex. We had to help with the septic and some inside mechanical work. So as things aged out and needed repairs, they could turn to the town for some funds. The blue home on the right, that was saved and rehabbed with CDBG money. On the bottom, the two extreme houses to the left and the right, those are affordable units created in part with CDBG money, and the middle one was an accessory apartment. We've also done sidewalks. That was a hard photo to find, right? But that connected the Housing Authority to the intersection of Long Pond and, is that Forest Road? Yeah, Forest Road. And that allowed people to walk more safely towards all the supermarkets there. So that was important. The photo below was from a childcare facility in West Yarmouth. We helped pave that parking lot. And what's interesting about that is it was partially in the floodplain. So I had to do like extra advertising. It was like 3 square feet in the floodplain that I was repairing already existing asphalt, and I still had to do all this like extra advertising for it. But anyways, we got it through. And we also do planning with it. So in the past, it's helped pay for our housing production plan. Okay, so what can we use for this funding for in the future? Well, we can use it for housing. Home buyer assistance, septic repairs, home and rental repairs. Economic development, such as job training, facade improvements. Public facilities and infrastructure, sidewalks, mobility mats at beaches. And community services, such as septic pumping, food programs, and childcare. Again, our budget is very small. We expect with carryover from prior years to have a budget of $260,000. Of that, $25,600 can be used for planning and administration. $19,200 can be used for public services. And what I have marked here, this is very draft. I have everything else falling into affordable housing after that. Affordable housing tends to be the most effective use of these funds because we have neighborhoods of expiring use homes. They were built on town-owned land back in the day with deed riders that were only 40 years old. So they're starting to come up. So we want to get in there and preserve them. We're also, and this is the piece that I referred to before, we're also exploring switching to the state program. The state program, a municipality like Yarmouth could apply for $850,000 a year. And with that, we could change our home repair program to something that's much more robust, because we're up to about $50,000 a house nowadays. Plus, we could do sewer hookup and tie-ins for individual homeowners. So you know we're sewering Route 28. We haven't taken that spine and expanded it out into neighborhoods, but someday that will go into neighborhoods, and there'll be need for people for assistance with those hookups. I'm told that we can also put into that application things like childcare and food security. So if we develop a robust program for childcare, we already have one for food security. If we can develop that before we apply to the state, that would help that application. And I'm looking right at a lady who works with childcare in the community. That's why I'm staring that way. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so anyways, I'll be opening it up for public comment now, here. I'll be, if there's anybody on Zoom, I will be recognizing you. I'm going to first recognize the people that are in the room. But we also have a survey. There's our QR code is here. You can send your comments to me, Mary Wagon, at mwagon@yarmouth.ma.us. My phone number is 508-398-2231, extension 1275. You can come into Town Hall or any of our libraries and pick up a paper copy of the survey. Or if you're seeing this, you can scan that QR code with your phone and go right to our survey. So with that, I'm going to take a seat and invite people to come up to the front table and share their comments, what you think we should do with our CDBG funds. And just, if you could, speak right into the mic so that everybody at home can hear you.
Thank you, and thank you, Mary. That was a great presentation. So my name is Cindy Horgan, and I am a resident of the town of Yarmouth. And I'm here today from my other role as a Director of Family Support Services at the Cape Cod Children's Place, which provides support services for families from Barnstable down to Provincetown. And I'm here to really advocate and do whatever I can to help the town of Yarmouth to really look at that child care piece. And I know that you did a great job with COVID, and any families that were impacted during that time, we were able to help them. The current situation for many families, especially medium or low income families, currently the voucher system is in a complete stall, and families are not able to access those vouchers, those state vouchers, which really can be a game changer for families on mobility upward and being able to sustain themselves here. So in other communities with the CDBG grants, block grants, we have worked closely with the Bailey Boyd Fund, which has been able to support families over the years anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a year for families that qualify through the application. And it really has made a big difference for so many families that really are one paycheck away from falling apart. So however I can be of assistance or support to advocate and move that forward for the town of Yarmouth, I'm happy to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Amanda, would you like to talk a little bit about your program and maybe how we could help with that? Even if it's just affordable housing.
Sure.
I see Amanda at all the affordable housing meetings.
Hello, Mary. Either one?
Oh, yeah, other one is on, yeah.
All right, well, I'm Amanda Holland. I'm the housing specialist for the AIDS Support Group of Cape Cod, and I work with primarily low-income folks looking for affordable housing. So I do see Mary quite a bit, but we do actually work with a number of people, and we're finding that, honestly, housing across the board has been very challenging, finding any units of any size. So what I work with is a lot of individuals looking for one-bedrooms or studios, but also I'm seeing more recently families coming into the picture looking for assistance as well, looking for 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and the pricing that we're seeing that's out there, whether it's privately owned units, are just really high. So having an opportunity to have some of this funding directed towards opening up additional opportunities for not just studio and 1 bedrooms, but also across the board, I think would be immensely helpful to across the Cape, truly. So that's at least what I'm seeing. And yeah, again, AIDS Support Group is happy to provide any information that we can to help
That's great.
forward with that. So
Thank you. I am seeing in our housing plan, it almost lists every single demographic, every type of household needing housing. So it's
Incomes are
interesting
really
that you're seeing that too.
yeah, it's been a big change. I think I've noticed within the last year or so, is it's more people of every income bracket. So we're seeing people even having in the 60 and 80% AMI still struggling to find housing. It's not as easy as just the low income. So it's a need across the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Natalia, would you like to? You could talk about economic development. Because I know you work on that. So Natalia is here as our translator. I think I might call on her.
So for the CDBG grant, I think it's housing. It's something that it's childcare and housing, something as they both has mentioned, it's something that is really in a need, especially for the workforce. I have noticed I work with the small business owners and they have struggling to maintain their workers and also to recruit workers, and most of the time it's due to that they cannot find housing on the Cape or the commute can be very hard for them. So something that I have noticed, it's been across the Cape, such small business owners that having a hard time to recruit professionals to do the job, and most of it's due because of the lack of housing, that the workers cannot find housing here on the Cape. So it's something that CBG should be used on affordable housing, especially for families. I've noticed the change that a lot of families have been trying to move to the Cape. So, and the lotteries, it's usually 1, 2 bedroom, and I have noticed that that there are families, in a need of 2, 3 bedroom, and there's not much out there for them. So it should be going directly to help out the family more on getting rentals, and also for the childcare so parents can go out and work.
It's interesting how all three kind of combine.
Yes. So that's my input.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to go over to the Zoom and see what's going on here. And we have with us today Kyle Pedicini from Pedicini.
Either way.
Sorry, from
Might
the
wanna
town of
grab the,
Barnstable. So we're a consortium. Town of Barnstable and the town of Yarmouth are like an entitlement consortium. So we do our plans together for 5 years.
Can you speak into a microphone?
Yes, I am going to repeat all of that. Sorry. So here we also have here today Kyle Pedicini from the town of Barnstable, because the town of Yarmouth and the town of Barnstable work together in their community development block grant program. We're part of a consortium. Okay, so we have Lou Eppers from Elder Services of Cape Cod. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Do you have any comments on our program?
No, I just think it's wonderful, obviously, with what we do with Meals on Wheels and our senior dining. Any funding obviously is great for us. We continue to serve more and more individuals in the town of Yarmouth. And, as you know, as our population is aging and our population is changing, we're getting more and more seniors and more people into our program.
Okay. Thank you, Lou. And I'm sorry, I thought I would be able to remember the name just walking across the room, but Sarah Franny, do you have any comments for us?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hi, thanks. I'm Sarah Franny. I work with Lou Eppers at Elder Services of Cape Cod and the Islands. And I guess I just wanted to piggyback on some of the comments that Lou was making. We're so grateful for the CDBG funds that we have received from the block grant. And they become even more critical as we move forward. As Lou mentioned, the senior population is growing. I would imagine if we assisted 250 seniors in the town of Yarmouth last year, that number is only steadily growing up. going up, and we are facing some pretty heavy budget cuts, both state and federal funding wise. So we are looking to other sources greater than ever. So thank you so much for considering us.
Okay. And is Laura Roscoe still the contact over there for me to send the materials to?
She is.
Okay, all right. So, of course, my email is mwagan@yarmouth.ma.us. If you want to email me your emails, I will add you to our list. But definitely, we'll be putting out more information and eventually an RFP for next year's public service money. So,
Thank you.
sure. So if that's the extent of the comments, I can close the public hearing. It's 3:30. This has been recorded. It will be broadcast. We also have a meeting on Thursday here at 3 o'clock in room A, if you want to come again. If not, this is great. I really appreciate everybody's time and comments, and I thank you. And with that, I'm going to close the public hearing. Thank you all.